is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 598 of Community Universe Mode. Just a couple of episodes away from 600, and in fact, that's going to be on Monday for NGW TV. But here today, we got a nice little short stream for you, as I unfortunately could not get to Aftermath last night. We are going to do it here, right now. And kicking things off, a debut, the one and only Roy Bacon, going to take on the worst that wrestling has to offer, Benny Banks, guys. And Bacon, who petitioned for months to get a contract with CMV, rallying his fans specifically because he wanted to be a part of the Zero G division. Last week, we got our first taste of what the Zero G League is all about, with Chris Adams taking on Dante Tatum and Stephon Hastings versus Ace Reeves on last week's Aftermath. That actually ended up going to a draw. So right now, Dante Tatum is at the top of the leaderboards. Maybe either Bacon or Banks could tie him. And we have even more Zero G action later on in our co-main event here, as Jaden Shadow going to make his return, going one-on-one with Mike Kirsch. Also in our main event, guys, Vance Vintage, mano a mano with Jason Spade. Should be an interesting contest. And there he is. If you have never had the honor of seeing a Roy Bacon match before, well, you're in for a treat. Now, unlike the real G's, and more specifically, Byron Elliott, I'm pretty sure I know what's in that cup. Roy Bacon doesn't hide the fact that he enjoys a good drink. And he said before, if you ain't got drinks, I can't be your friend. But don't let that deter you, because he is a phenomenal in-ring competitor, and I think it might be because he's always, well, as the kids these days would say, lit AF. Look at that running man. He might actually have Byron Elliott beat. This is not the brother of Joey Bacon, nor the illegitimate son of Rex Carter, believe it or not. Roy is his own man, but his fun-loving attitude might be quelled when he looks across the ring and sees not the best, not even just okay, but the worst that wrestling has to offer, Benny Banks. Of course, an NGW superstar, but as we know, in the Zero G division, superstars from NGW are allowed to compete. We saw that with Ace Reeves last week. New look here for Benny Banks, who was out of action earlier this week on NGW after a suspected attack at the hands of the beatdown Cam Harris and Bad Boy Bill Wild. So one has to wonder what kind of condition Benny Banks may be in here. And here we go, 10 minutes on the clock. Whichever superstar has the most falls, either by pin, submission, countout, or disqualification at the end, will be victorious. We saw on the debut episode of Supremacy, Dante Tatum beating Chris Adams 4-0, but then on last week's Aftermath, guys, Stephon Hastings and Ace Reeves ended up tying 1-1. And if you win clean, that gets you 3 points. That's why Tatum is at the top of the leaderboards currently. But if you get a score draw, as we saw between Hastings and Reeves, then each superstar got 2 points. If it's a nil draw, 0-0, each superstar would get 1 point. And we know that the top 4 contenders will compete. Oh, wait a minute, look at this. Roy Bacon with a Russian leg sweep, and that fatal 4-way, guys, of which the stipulation to be voted on by the CMV Universe will take place on the Go Home Supremacy next Friday before Sunday's Regicide event, where the winner of that four-way will face Jaquan Shea to crown the inaugural Zero-G champion. When the title's on the line, guys, the rules are actually shifted a little bit. They won't only have 10 minutes, but 20 minutes will be on the clock. Big kick to the back right there. To Benny Banks, as now we get a knee to the kidneys. Roy Bacon having himself a bit of fun as he squashes Double B right in the corner with a nasty clothesline, using the ropes to send himself to the outside, leg drop to the back of the head. Now that is innovative offense. High rank district, Bacon not afraid to fly as he pulls off a beautiful body splash. I'm still honestly recovering from the events of last night and Supremacy Episode 2, not just the Bloody Forest match, but the entirety of the King of the Ring tournament. Xander Slade crowned King of the Ring, but that might be overshadowed by some of the other things we saw. How about Samoa Joe debuting and attacking Reese Matthews during his semifinal match with Matt Devious? Xander Slate saying on Twitter, though, last night after his win, he is ready for absolution. Whether it's Kevin Silva, whether it's Andrew Briggs, he doesn't care. He will become a three-time world champion and hold that title for the first time in over 3 years. Look at this, though. Back suplex from Roy Bacon after the rotation. Dragon screw. Benny Banks closing in for the kill. Up next after this, we're going to have some tag team action. The return of the Anarchists, former Fusion tag champs we haven't seen in a few months, even before Genesis closed down and merged with Fusion. Definitely hyped to have them back inside the squared circle. Over the shoulders. Roy Bacon might end up making himself hurl. I actually saw him backstage before the show started. He was surrounded by like 8 empty beer cans looking around and around. How is he not projectile vomiting right now? I'm not sure. I think I'm about to. Finally gonna drop Benny Banks. Kind of like a Samoan drop almost. Spaghetti legs. Nearly taking himself out. Hang on, Roy Bacon with 6 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. No points scored yet, but after that moonsault, Roy Bacon's still not done. Referee Murphy tells him to be careful. Whoa! Shooting star press. 1, 2. Oh, but Benny Banks able to get his shoulder up off the mat. Unwilling to give Roy Bacon that point lead. That's what I'm saying, man. Don't let Roy Bacon's look, or probably more importantly, his personality fool you. He can go in that ring. Taking Benny Banks across the ring. Leading him up against the ropes here. Clothesline, but a drop toe hold from Benny Banks. Ooh, now gonna press his knee to the back of Roy's head. And as the Zero-G leaderboards currently stand, we know Dante Tatum will for sure be a part of that fatal four-way #1 contenders match on next week's Supremacy. But the other three are a mystery. All depends on the outcome of tonight's matches. Still later, again, Jaden Shadow going to return to take on Mike Kershaw. Look at that, Roy Bacon. A little bit of air guitar. Stomp to the shoulder. Into a quick pin. 1, 2... Oh! Okay. Well, Roy Bacon taking the lead with 5 minutes left on the clock. Half of the time has gone by now, and Bacon just has to go on defense for the remainder of the clock's life. That was a very surprised hit. I think that's why Bacon got it. He caught Benny Banks off guard. Short arm, kicking away at Double B's midsection, man. This has been largely controlled by Roy Bacon. And I will say that's a surprise. I'll admit it. I thought Benny Banks was going to come in here and destroy this kid. But look at that, another moonsault. Puts his hands on his hips. See, Bacon wants to run down the clock. Oh, gonna go to the top rope again. Take that definitive lead. Another shooting star press, man. Benny Banks just can't get a break. 1, 2, 3. Roy Bacon now 2 points ahead of Benny Banks, who has only 4 minutes to catch up. He needs 3 falls in a row to win this one, or he can at least try to tie it. 1. Oh, just a 1 count. Benny Banks going into overdrive now. The worst experience in wrestling today. Irish whip out onto the apron. He's hanging on for dear life, but Roy Bacon not giving him even an inch back suplex onto the ring apron. Ugh, that made me cringe a little bit. Now look at these closed fists to the chest, showing his karate. Kick to the midsection. Another kick to the midsection. Worked so well the first time. Thrown back into the ring. Roy Bacon, man, he's just dilly-dallying, and that's exactly what he should do. That's what I would be doing if I was in his boots. Again, just gonna chillax. Hang loose for a minute. Giving Benny Banks a smaller amount of time to catch up. Spinning soul kick, and here comes a capture suplex, man. Who would have thought that this contest would go the way that it has? Oh my God, is he gonna hit another shooting star press? Perched up on the top rope, biding his time. He is! Oh, but this time Benny Banks got the knees up. 2 minutes and 25 seconds is what Benny Banks has to score at least 2 falls. We've seen it done before. Death Valley driver. Benny Banks not content that that'll be enough to get the pin. Picks Roy Bacon up, but he's able to slip out of that scoop slam. Head scissors, and Benny Banks again trying to retreat. Irish whip knocks down referee Murphy. Oh, and Banks actually leapfrogging Roy's attempted offense. I don't know about this strategy, guys. It's not close count anywhere. In fact, countouts and disqualifications are in effect. Maybe Benny Banks is going to try to get a point that way. Happens to the count of 20. Roy Bacon, even before 1, back into the ring. Elbow to the shoulder. Benny Banks has got nothing left, though, and that leaves him wide open to another capture suplex. I'm getting flashbacks of Chris Adams versus Dante Tatum here. Off the ropes. The 3rd moonsault. Wipes the sweat from his face. He's in no rush. With only 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Roy Bacon gonna look to make it 3-0. Banks able to get out of that one. Stop to the quad, elbow to the jaw, and again, coming up on his 6th snap, German suplex, bridge to pin. 1. Oh, but just a 1 count, 45 seconds. Going to the top rope is Benny Banks. Is there any way he could do this? What a clutch it would be. Moonsault! One of the best I've ever seen. But can he pin in time? 1, 2. No! Roy Bacon not even giving up 1 point so that Benny Banks isn't entirely embarrassed. But hang on to the top rope again. Benny Banks gonna go for the moonsault a 2nd time. Now what's he doing here? Well, he might lose, but he's at least going to be the last man standing with that double axe handle. And he knows it. The worst that wrestling has to offer. Not able to grab the W, but he can at least say when the time ran out, he was the one on his own 2 feet. But it is Roy Bacon, guys, who scores himself 3 points, now tying Dante Tatum at the top of the 0G leaderboards 2-0 in this match. What a debut for the fun-loving, party jumping hillbilly. And of course, gonna get his drink to celebrate. Tag team action up next, guys, as we're going to see the Hit Squad, Marcus Wade and Danny Mac, who are still unbeaten, 2-0, take on probably their biggest challenge yet in the former Fusion, former Fusion tag team champions, but a couple of guys we haven't seen in a few months. Caleb Reed and Crow, the Anarchists, hoping that this fresh start with the debut of Supremacy will maybe garner them the chance to rise back to the top of their game. Still to come, though, we got another 0G match as Jaden Shadow makes his CMV return, taking on Mike Kirsch, and in our main event, Vance Vintage going to do battle with Jason Spade. But do not forget, guys, that tomorrow night it is a special live stream here on the channel as CMV is in Mexico for its live tour. And we are going to get a treat indeed. 7 matches, including a unified World Tag Team title match, and Jaquan Shea going to battle Mexico Zone and Amago the Magician in the main event. Looking forward to that. The Hit Squad arriving here in CMV towards the end of Fusion's life. And so far, they have proven that they have what it takes to be a real force within the tag team division. Unbeaten, but their merit going to be truly tested here against the Anarchists. Danny Mac there to the left, Marcus Wade on the right. This would be a big win for the Hit Squad, bettering their position within the tag team rankings. Hey, who knows? The winners of this match could maybe go to Mexico tomorrow night. We don't know who is set to challenge for the Unified World Tag Team titles. I haven't received any word from Jay Dynamite or Triple H for that matter. But there they are. Been a few moons since we've gotten to see Caleb Reed and Crow in competition. I, for one, am very hyped to have them back. Let's get it on. The Hit Squad versus the Anarchists as Marcus Wade will start things off against Caleb Reed, and the Hit Squad are definitely ready for this. They know full well what this win could do for them. Referee Murphy gonna ring that bell, and let's get it on. Oh, Reed right up to the second turnbuckle, trying to keep Wade at bay. Kick to the chest, backs him up, and now a double axe handle. All right, kind of luring Wade into a trap there. Elbow to the knee. Tries to close in for a grapple, but a knife edge chop. Whoa! Man, this match is already red hot. Not even a minute in. I don't even know what to call that. What Wade just did. That's a Hurricane Rana, though, I can tell you that much. Stomp to the midsection. Watch out, Crow. A little bit of a body splash. Now, Wade, not a huge guy, but still, even 205 pounds is going to hurt a considerable amount when it comes squashing down on you. Tag to Danny Mac. Looking to continue the onslaught on Reed, who throws out a forearm smash. Up over the shoulders, a torture rack drop, it would seem. Plummeting down to the canvas, dragged by arm and leg. Reed gonna maybe try to wrap this one up early? No, instead tags in Crow, the former Anarchy champion in his own right. Goes for a stomp. Mac able to roll out of the way just in the nick of time. Now tries to close the distance, but Crow's ready for him. Snapmare, seated position. Gonna go after the arm, trying to unleash some elbows, but a wild forearm smash gonna knock the spit right out of Crow's mouth. Dodges that attempted knee strike, and that is throwing him across the ring. And Crow is no doubt the biggest man in this match. Trying to bully Danny Mac. Tag to Caleb Reed, thwarted. Punch to the back of the head. Danny Mac taking him for a walk, but it ain't through the park, and Crow ain't about that life either. Trio of elbows right to the midsection. Sets himself free as he shakes the cobwebs. Now, vintage Crow. Fireman's carry flapjack. Right there to make the tag, and almost did it. Whoa, hang on a minute. What's Wade doing? The tag was not made. He isn't legal. Trying desperately to help out his friend and tag team partner, but to no avail. There's the tag anyhow. Now Wade is the legal man. Snap vertical suplex. Crow is the one looking for refuge as Caleb extends his hand from the corner. And Wade is loving this right now. He's feeling himself. Targeting that arm. We don't know a hell lot about the Hit Squad, but in the short time we've witnessed their rise in the tag team division, I'll tell you one thing. We do not want to let them get going like this. They've done a very good job in their previous outings of cutting off the ring, isolating an opponent, and then just slowly picking them apart until they're able to put them away for good. Into the front headlock, just going to hold him there. Maybe taunting Crow a little bit. The CMV veteran not going to take that. He's got his opening tag to Reed. Slides back into the ring, does Wade. Only to be caught from behind with a suplex. Nope, flips out of it. Full steam ahead with a tilt-a-whirl Hurricane Rana. Half camel clutch applied, and you see the added pressure when Danny Mac just shoves his shin into the lower back of Reed while simultaneously wrenching on the jaw. And again, Wade seems to be a bit full of himself in this match. Against the tandem, though, like the Anarchists, that's a no-no. Tag back to Crow. Frequent tags. I've always said the name of the game. Keep yourselves fresh. Forearm smash after the kick to the guts. Another forearm smash. Now back into the corner, but that's not a corner that Mac wants to be in. He wants to get Crow back over to his side of the ring. Maybe make a tag to Mac. Big clothesline in the corner. Crow is looking dangerous. Oh my God. It looks like a mugging. That would better be suited to happen in a back alley or something. Jeez. Drop kick denied by Crow. Ooh, hits the rocket kick. That's a move that for so long Crow could never execute. Oh, the Anarchists looking to make their return. One to remember. Bam! Super kick, knee troubler combo. But Danny Mac right there to make the save. And unfortunately, Crow is too slow to stop him. Caleb Reed's not happy about it. Where's he going, though? Should get back into the ring and try to pin Wade again. Maybe that's what he was going to try to do, but Mark is given too much time to recuperate. Jawbreaker. Forearm smash. Irish whip to the corner, guys, and with Crow down, the Hit Squad might have this one in the bag. I think they do. Grand Amplitude. Good night, Sweet Prince. 1, 2, 3. What? How is that not a 3? Crow with the clutch of the century. But wait a minute. Mac going for the pin again, however. It's not going to be enough this time. Oh, what up, Spade? Just in time. Jason Spade in our main event, set to go one-on-one with Vance Vintage. But before that, of course, we had the return of Jaden Shadow versus Mike Kirsch in a 0G match. And right now, it has been a closely contested contest between these two teams. The Hit Squad trying to remain unbeaten while the Anarchists want to taste victory in their return. Tag to Crow. Old school tag team offense. Drop toe hold, elbow drop combination. Swinging knee strike to the jaw. Down goes Crow. I think I've seen one of his teeth go flying into the front row as well. Fisherman suplex perhaps about to be executed. Crow has other intentions. Dang. Just driving his knee right down onto the face of Danny. Into a front headlock. Back elbow. Man, you do not want to let Crow start just throwing hands at you like this. The big man has got some big meaty claws, but there's the hot tag to Marcus Wade, and I think Crow let that happen. Wants to teach the Hit Squad a lesson in respect. Oh man, maybe Crow is the one underestimating the Hit Squad here tonight, though. Thrown to the outside like trash. It's pretty obvious throughout this match that Wade does not have any respect for Caleb Reed or Crow. Heavy Irish whip back into the ring. Crow tagging in Reed while Wade is thinking about his next step. Center of the squared circle. Throwing hands. Who's going to get the better, though? Oh, wait a minute. Reed, I think I know what he's going to go for here. Yep. Vintage. Tornado vertical suplex. Gonna try for the pin, and will that do it? 1, 2. Oh, man. Close, 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 but no cigar for the Anarchists. However, Caleb Reed remaining focused. Marcus Wade gonna get the taste this time, I think. No, able to escape the corner. Single boot to the jaw. Another body splash. This time into a pin. 1, 2. So what the hell's Danny Mac doing? This comes flying from off screen. Trying to knock Crow off the apron. Oh, Marcus Wade. Gonna try to hit the final nail in the coffin. Forearm smash from Reed. Ooh, Nelly. And Wade now bleeding. Whoa! Holy shit! Inverted suplex from the inside of the ring to the outside. Mamma mia! Reed now gonna go and try to collect what's left of Marcus. Vertical suplex countered into a small package, but it's not false count anywhere. Referee Murphy beginning his countdown until 20 to get back into the ring. Oh, Crow looking to help out his boy, but Wade is quick to evade anything he has planned. Swings the elbow to meet the gut. Caleb Reed, determined, wants to hit another one of those tornado vertical suplexes, and he's gonna. Marcus Wade barely kicked out of the first. I don't know if he can survive a second. Oh, tries for a stomp. Wade going to that Randy Borton school of selling. The Anarchy. Oh, come on. Crow keeps messing up Caleb Reed's game plan. He's obviously wanting to go for their super kick knee trembler combo. Hot tag. Crow with a fire up under his ass. Throwing shot after shot to keep Wade down. Nothing was working until that final big boot. Now here comes Danny Mac. Clothesline just nearly threw him out of the ring. Crow. Forearm smash. Clothesline countered into a stun gun. Hands on his hips. The Anarchists haven't had a match in a few months, man. Ring rust perhaps on display. Former Fusion Tag Team Champions not willing to let a new team pass them by like so many others have. Jumping clothesline, kip up. Now Danny Mac just watching as Crow pulls himself up, using the ropes. Just staring at him. But what's the game plan here, I have to wonder. Oh! Tried for something big. Crow had it well scouted. Hip toss back into the ring. A rake of the eyes! Danny Mac! Bending the rules in his favor, but oh, that's not going to go over so easy. Like I said, Crow by far the biggest man in this match. Waist side slam. Big boss man would be proud. Crow now letting it be known that this is the Anarchists' ring and they will be tag team champions again. Takes the arm, smacks it off the canvas, knee drop to the throat, and Crow goes to the top rope. You know what he's looking for here? Perfect setup for the Crow's Nest, but Danny Mac did his homework. Crow immediately able to regain his composure. Punch to the midsection, Irish whip into the corner. And a tag to Caleb Reed. Boot to the jaw. Irish whip, watch out, Murphy taking his second bump of the night. Percy's elbow. What is this? The return of the Mac! Out of nowhere! Into the pin! 1, 2, 3, and that'll do it! The Hit Squad with the win after a grueling tag team matchup. Early on, we thought the match was over after the Hit Squad was able to pull off their grand amplitude maneuver. But the Anarchists came back with a fire and fury. But as the dust settles, the Hit Squad remain unbeaten. In our co-main event up next, guys, another 0G matchup as we're going to see Jaden Shadow return to take on Mike Kirsch. Still to come in our main event to close the show. Vance Vintage going to do battle with Jason Spade in what should most definitely be an interesting bout. But earlier tonight we saw Roy Bacon debut 2-0 as he was able to defeat Benny Banks, and now he ties Dante Hinman at the top of the Zero-G leaderboards. Meanwhile, tied for third is Stefan Hastings and Ace Reeves, 2 points apiece. We'll see where either one of these men place at the end of the day, excuse me. Jaden Shadow, an NGW alumni, was competing on Fusion towards the start of this season, but then an injury had him kept on the shelf for a few months. Now he has made his way back. Jaden Shadow, who in a short time under the CMV banner proved to be a rising star. I mean, I said it a couple of times that I could see him being a big deal one day. And now it looks like he's better than before. But how will Jaden Shadow fare in his big return match against the Almond Joy of pro wrestling, he likes to refer to himself as? Mike Kirsch, who debuted a few months ago, he's only actually had one match where he beat No Fun Martini. Or actually, no. If I remember correctly, he low blowed No Fun Martini and got disqualified. Hopefully he doesn't try to pull that here, because disqualifications are in effect during this Zero-G match. Here we go, Jaden Shadow versus Mike Kirsch, and what could be a pivotal matchup, guys. This will really determine who's going to be a part of that Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders match next week on Supremacy, the Go Home edition before Regicide. next Sunday. That was a hell of a way to start. Mike Kirsch, like a bull let loose from its pen, charging Shadow, only to be slammed into the mat and almost cost himself a point. Now a German suplex. Kirsch should probably take a step back and readjust his strategy. It's not working so well. There we go. Gets the monkey flip. Picks up to his feet. Knee to the midsection. Mike Kirsch does not want to turn this into a striking competition. Sliding strike. Gonna take Kirsch off his feet. That European uppercut leans him up against the ropes. Irish whip off the ropes. On the rebound. Drop down. Up high for a discus knee strike. And Shadow, man, hasn't missed a step. Don't get too cocky, though. Kirsch coming at him. Drop down. Ooh! Hits him with a spear. And then a soccer ball kick. Mike Kirsch, one of the, I think, maybe the only ever Hawaiian-born superstar in CMV history. I don't remember another. We've had Samoans, and we've even had a couple of Native Americans. I don't think we've ever had any Hawaiians. Truly doing his island proud. Nice body splash there in the corner. Even more so, though, if he could win this match and possibly... Wow! That disrespect. Jaden Shadow's not going to take that line down. Swoops behind. Stop to the quad. What in the blue hell is this? Okay. It was like set up as a butterfly suplex. Then he brought him up onto his shoulders. I thought maybe it was going to be a cutter, but then he rotated 360 and slammed him on his back. What was that? Like 8 moves combined. Looked cool. I guess that's what matters, and it did the damage. Mike Kirsch now the one standing as he tries for another soccer ball kick. But that punch to the back of the head going to leave him wide open for a neck breaker. Andre from Outcast try to corrupt lies or something like that or another. I get the reference. Body splash, rejected. Ooh, maybe not. From the apron, kick to the chest, and now Shadow right back on the attack. No West for the wicked. Forward smash, leaving Shadow open for a wild clothesline. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. Oh, Kirsch! The almond joy of pro wrestling. Can he take the lead? Are we going to get another upset? Like Roy Bacon versus Benny Banks earlier? What's he doing? Oh, big Slate fan! Look at this last chancery. Locked in, but Jaden Shadow able to get the arm of Mike Kirsch off of him and leaving him wide open for that punch to the top of the head. Ooh, final cut. Got some torque on that one. Shadow now going to the corner. Ooh, he is salivating at the mouth. Full steam ahead like a bullet. And he's still not done. Mike Kirsch probably going to be hit 3 times after that. But instead, Shadow gets a bit ahead of himself, tries for a spear and got a DDT. Forearm smash, kip up, inverted atomic drop, and into the scoop slam. Tries to go for that clothesline again. Shadow gets out of the way. Fisherman's drive. The way that Kirsch's neck was drilled into the mat. Ugh. Clothesline. Clothesline. Ducks Kirsch's clothesline. A last-ditch effort, you could say. Going to the corner again. Maybe going to try for another knee strike, but change it up. His procedure might be his downfall. Jawbreaker. Punch to the jaw. Regal cutter. European uppercut. Neither one of these men giving the other a chance. It has been, since the bell rang, non-stop. Nobody's been definitively in control. Ooh, Shadow nearly able to grab the first point with only 4 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock. Jaden Shadow gonna give it another go. And there, no! The spear getting reversed again. Shadow busted open. 1, 2. Jaden Shadow approaching Mike Kirsch with that point on a silver platter, but Mike Kirsch still can't seem to get the job done. Furious. Fish drop right to the open wound, and Kirsch. Again, man. Counter after counter after counter. Reversal for reversal. There's the terminating spike. Now Kirsch gonna have a little something to go home with. Tornado mat slam. 1, 2. Using Mike Kirsch's own momentum against him. They say the third time is the charm. Will it be for Jaden Shadow? Oh, not going to go for the spear. Instead, a Samoan driver. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. What? Jaden Shadow? Beside himself. Guys, 3 minutes up on the clock. Still no points have been scored. STF, STF, STF by Kirsch. Out of nowhere, he gets it locked in, and the Hawaiian is proving to be a bit of a submission amateur here. Jaden Shadow says, you want to mix it up on the mat? Let's do it then, pal. Side headlock. As both superstars have blood dripping down their faces. Kip up from Kirsch. Monkey flip. The almond joy of pro wrestling. They're going to bring it home. 1, 2. What is it going to take for one of these guys to get a pin or a submission? 2 minutes left on the clock. And remember what happens if this goes to a nil draw, guys. Each superstar would only get 1 point, which would effectively knock them out of that fatal four-way #1 contenders match next week on Supremacy. Oh, boom. Right up under the jaw. And Mike Kirsch, eyes glazed over. Jaden Shadow for the 3rd time in this match with a terminating spike. Just gonna go for the pin out of desperation. 1, 2. But Kirsch says, if I'm coming down, you're going with me. Irish whip into the corner. Shadow coming up on his 6. I don't know what he was looking for. Reverse DDT is what he gets, though. And now Kirsch gonna go to the corner. What's he doing? Oh. If that knee would have connected, I wouldn't be surprised if Shadow's head went flying up onto the stage. These two act like they've been in the ring before, but this is their first time encounter. Terminating spike. Shadow, is Shadow biting his finger? Guys, there's only 40 seconds. Kirsch is bleeding profusely now. Shadow with the pin. Shadow gets the point with only 30 seconds to spare. Oh my God, Irish whip to the corner. Body splash. Moved out of the way though. Shadow's just got to evade Kirsch, man. Just get out of the ring, run. That's what I would do. Russian leg sweep, Kirsch. Trying desperately. Oh, he's just resorting to trying to choke the life out of Shadow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Kirsch collapses as he realized what's happened. Jaden Shadow with the clutch. Is able to get the win. What a match, though. And here we are, main event time for Aftermath Episode 2, and it is going to be, suffice to say, an interesting collision when the American man himself, Vance Vintage, takes on Jason Spade. And then Jason Spade, who isn't in the greatest of moods after, well, failing to earn a world championship match, failing to capture the United States Championship, and the beef that he's been in with Angelo Babos for over a month now. I would not want to be in the shoes of Vintage here, but, well, Vintage is feeling good about himself because I actually have to correct myself. Last week's Aftermath, I said it was Marvelous Marvin who won that triple threat at SiberSlam, but I, of course, that Vintage dashing memory forgot. No, it was actually Vintage who got the win at the pay-per-view. So now he's hoping to further that momentum by putting down Spade here today. Mr. America showed up and showed out at SiberSlam 4. And now he looks to continue doing so. I mean, just look at what we've seen tonight. You see a guy like Roy Bacon, you think there's no way he stands a chance inside of that ring against a legitimate competitor. But Bacon beat Benny Banks, who could probably be considered one of the greatest, rising technicians. And now you got a guy like Vance Vintage. I saw him on the street. I think he was a loon. I'd stay away from him. But then you check out what he did at SiberSlam, and there's no way you can discount him, even against someone the caliber of Jason Spade. Spade came so close to going down in the history books as the last ever United States champion when, on the final fusion, he challenged Chris Sullivan, but it was just not to be. And now he's chomping at the bit to get his hands on Angelo Babos. I'm hearing backstage. These two just can't seem to stop going after each other. And that's actually why it's been confirmed next Sunday at Regicide. We are going to get the one-on-one matchup. Finally, that's been brewing since Sacrifice. It will be Angelo Babos versus Jason Spade to end it once and for all. But right now, Spade's got to focus on the hunk of a man in front of him. Referee Murphy gonna ring the bell. Let's go. Collar double tie-up, and Spade is the much smaller man, but, well, he usually is, and he never lets that keep him back. Look at that. Goes right after Vintage, even backing him into the corner, overpowering. Oh, but that didn't last long. Grabbed by the throat and thrown into the corner. Knife edge chop deflected. Elbow to the side of the head. Whoa, mama. Oh! Able to flip out of that pendulum backbreaker attempt. Knee to the midsection. Spinning soul kick. Looks like early on, Spade has painted a target on the ribs. Tornado DDT. Tying at the legs, wrenching back on the arms. Boot to the upper back, and Vintage face first into the canvas as Spade now gouse for an early pin. Hoping to keep himself fresh for Regicide. Elbow to the face. Ducks the clothesline, high kick. Spade doing a very good job of using his smaller stature to evade Vintage, who is certainly slower. Vintage would do well to try to get the upper hand and then keep Spade grounded. Kicks right to the face. Damn, that last one, though. He had some piss and vinegar behind that. Picturing that Vintage is Babos, I have to assume. Letting out some of that pent-up anger he's been keeping inside since Sacrifice. It really is. I mean, Babos, I'm a fan of the kid, but he has just continued to poke the bear each and every chance he gets, calling Jason Spade a weak link, saying he's the reason that their team lost at Sacrifice. And Babos did beat Joey Diaz. He did beat Shamrock, who were the other two members of that team. If he beats Spade, it's going to be impossible to argue that he's wrong. I'm looking forward to that match, though. It ain't going to be a wrestling match. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be a fight. Spade is trying to make this match a fight. There we go. Vintage finally getting an edge. Ooh. Oh, a taste of his own medicine. And what? Has Vintage just like absorbed the powers of Jason Spade? He hit him with the exact same combo that Spade just hit on him a few moments ago. Anything you could do, I could do better, I guess. Seeing a man the size of Vintage do a Hurricane Rana like that was always impressive. Open palm. Well, this match has completely shifted in the favor of Mr. America. Taking him for a walk. Gonna maybe try and throw him out of the ring, but Spade says, no way, Jose, ain't about that life. Tries to drill his boot down the gullet of Vance, but have a nice trip. See you next fall. Spade ain't taking his foot off the gas pedal, though. 10 feet from the top rope to the outside of the ring. Oh, my God. Missile chop kick. Woo. Into the ring. Spade has got this one in the bag to the top rope. The double boot stomp. Oh, Vintage must have studied the tapes before he came out here. Jason Spade feeling like he's 10 feet tall, but not in a good way. What a reversal into a victory roll. Imagine if he stole it there. That would have been glorious. Spade now lying in wait like a crouching tiger in the tall grass. Coming in for the kill. Oh, Spade. Caution to the wind with a suicide dive. And Vintage just thrown back into the security wall, too. And the fans chanting, this is awesome. And indeed has been a hell of a match. Didn't expect it to be so. Power slam from Vintage. I was surprised that it sent Spade right through the mat. Spinning soul kick again. Spade can just get you at any time with those lethal kicks of his. I think Spade might have the record for most amount of moves with his feet. Kicks and drop kicks. Oh, wait a minute! Oh. Going old school with the pile driver, middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3, and Vintage has taken it. Just as Spade was getting going, Vintage drops him on his noggin. An upset, I would say. The rookie Vintage proving he can hang with these modern day acrobats. Look at that. But it came back to bite Spade in the end. It seemed like he was more intent on showing up his athleticism in this one than actually trying to put Vintage away. Oh, we're going to get the victory lap too. Oh, and look who comes out of the woodwork. Angelo Babos sending out a tweet saying, if that joke can dispose of you, then I fear for when you go one-on-one with me. And that happens at Regicide. Can Spade, for lack of a better phrase, get his shit together? For now, the American-made man gonna give us a thumbs up. Well, guys, thank you as always for tuning in and watching along with me. Do not forget, tomorrow we are going to have the special live stream right here on the channel as CMV goes to Mexico. 7 matches, including a unified world tag team title match. And in the main event, that man right there, Jaquan Shea, going to take out Mexico's own El Mago the Magician. Very, very much looking forward to it. I hope you are there with me to see it. But if not, then I will catch you on Monday. I certainly hope for episode 600 NGW TV. Going to be something to celebrate. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And I'll see you